Granville, Putnam County, until this year had never won a sectional game. That may have a bit of a factor.
I think that will be a factor, yes. Cairo's been knocking on the door 5 out of the last 6 years. And here they are really on a roll now. Since the regional tournament, they've only had one game where they won by 11. The rest of them were 30-point blowouts.
Okay, we'll be right back to talk with the coaches in this afternoon's first quarterfinal game. But first, one of your network sponsors is DeKalb Ag Research.
We're just moments away from the first game in the quarterfinals, and Coach Dave Mead of Putnam County has joined me here. And Coach, tell us about your team and how they feel being here in the Assembly Hall.
Frank, as every Illinois high school basketball team would be to get in here, certainly we're elated and we're happy to be here, but yet we know we're going to play a basketball game here.
You bet. Tell us about your team's style. What should we look for from Putnam County?
Well, the thing that has gotten us here all year long, Frank, has been depth, been pressure defense. It's been a team concept all the way, and I know a lot of times that sounds like a cliche, but it has been our key. We've had people come off the bench as they did up at DeKalb in the super sectional and just play super ball for us.
Talk for just a minute about your opponent. You've got to combat a 6'7" Anthony Webster and a high-powered offense.
That's true. We have faced kids 6'9" on 2 or 3 different occasions this year, and we've been able to hold them down. They consequently were not all-state candidates, and so we're going to have our work cut out for us there. We're going to have to play a tempo ball game and a patient ball game, and we've heard this from 5 or 6 different sources, and that's going to be our game plan.
Congratulations on getting here, and good luck.
Very good. Thank you, Frank.
Dave Mead of Putnam County, the head basketball coach. And now we welcome...
Now for the introduction of our starting lineups, let's go now to the public address announcer here at the Assembly Hall, Mr. Tom Trent.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the people involved in today's first quarterfinal game. First, the Panthers of Putnam County High School with a record of 27 wins, just 3 losses. The head coach of the Panthers, a career record of 153 victories, only 83 losses, Dave Mead. Number 10 for Putnam County, Rob Bean. Number 12, John Slingsby. Number 20, Steve Schaefer. Number 22, Jeff Edgecombe. Number 23, Harold Fay. Number 25, Jeff Parker. And number 40, Greg Messino. And now let's meet the starting lineup for the Panthers of Putnam County. At forward, a senior, 6'1", number 30, Brad Harrison. At the other forward, a senior, 6'4", number 32, Doug Seibert. Starting at center for the Panthers, a junior, 6'2", number 35, Ken Miglarini. At guard for Putnam County, a junior, 6'1", number 24, Kurt Zelmer. And at the other guard, a senior, 5'11", number 33, Chris Lyons.
You can see underneath, Coach, that they're getting the shot. He worked off the pick. Still had a hand in his face.
He still did. A little off-balance shot, and on the back coming in for the rebound.
So with the 2-shot attempt will be Brad Harrison, a 6'1", 180-pound junior. Too long on that one. They're tight.
They're very tight, but, you know, I think we'll see some substitutes for Putnam County because he did stress the fact that he uses 8 or 9 people. So I think we'll see some people in and out of this ball game.
Really an active player, both on offense and defense. He's really a key to this team.
Now into the ball game for Putnam County, number 23, Harold Fay, as he replaces Chris Lyons. First substitution in the ball game for either team. 10-3 the score. Cairo with the lead on the ball. Duncan, the baseline, and Coleman. He hits first missed shot underneath the rebound. Webster had it, couldn't hold on to it, and Putnam County gets it back, still looking for his first field goal. You talk about the jitters. Putnam County right now being victimized perhaps by its own jitters. It's an impressive building to play in the Assembly Hall if you haven't been here. Putnam County breaks the press. Migliorini can't hit the underneath layup. But a foul on the battle for the rebound. It's on Orlando's Hill.
Okay, that time, Tom, we had the result of handling the press very well. They got the ball down 3-on-1 and was fouled on the shot.
The foul on Hill, crashing on the boards. Putnam County takes it out of bounds. Chris Lyons in the corner. It goes to Harold Fay. Back out it goes to Lyons, trying to set things up. Let Putnam County get into its offense. Has not been able to do so yet. 4:15 to go first quarter. The jumper by Fay. It rims off. Putnam County on the rebound. They trail by 10, 13-3. Bringing it down is Zelmer. Kicks it off to the corner. Back it goes to Zelmer. Underneath, Migliorini drives, lays it up, and finally, with 2:59 left to go in the first quarter, Putnam County gets a field goal. They trail 13-5. Zone defense. Underneath, Migliorini coming from over behind, and on top was Mayfield, and he got the foul.
You notice now that Cairo has gone into a 2-3 zone, and that's partly as a result of the little more renewed intensity of Migliorini, because they think they need 3 people back on that back line now to deal with him.
18th foul on Cairo. That puts Ken Migliorini, a 6'2", 180-pound junior at the free throw line. Missing the first of 2. He's a 65.5% free throw shooter. He averages 9 points a game, 6.4 rebounds a game. A 6'2" center. Second one. Drops through. Leads Putnam County on a score of 32-13. So far, it's been all blue, all the pilots.
There's no question about that. And, you know, when you're averaging 85 points a game, this is the type of team you expect that would be able to do that. They have people down floor 3 and 4-on-1 almost every play.
We're happy to have you watching our telecast of the boys Class A state finals. We appreciate all the wonderful comments we've had in the past from so many of you around the state, and if you have comments or suggestions, we'd be glad to hear from you. Just write to Basketball, Box 577, Bloomington, Illinois, 61701. Basketball, Bloomington, Illinois, 61701, as the young ladies from Putnam County try to light the fuse on their crowd.
Coming up, the game following this, the second quarterfinal game of the afternoon, features the #1 rank as he came over the back to steal the pass. Second foul on Webster. 17th foul on Carroll. So at the free throw line with the 1-and-1 will be Harold Fay. Fay on the season, a 71% free throw shooter, has hit 47 of his 66 attempts. And they get 48 and 67. Cairo 32, Putnam County in the black with 14. The bonus, right on the money. Checking in now for the Pilots, number 10, Curtis Halton. In replacing Webster. Webster is going to get a breather. Well, you're up by more than double the score. Why not?
Well, he's got a couple of fouls, too, and I don't think Bill Chumbler wants him to get his third in the first half.
Duncan gets it cross court to Coleman. Now to Halton. Now on this side of the court, this corner goes to Selma Snow. To Halton. A lot of motion in the Carroll offense. The shot rims out, taken by Duncan. Battle for the rebound. Snow was not able to save it on the end line.
It's interesting. The board works a little more even with Anthony Webster over on the Pines.
It does make a difference.
4:07 to go in the first half. Migliorini takes the 13-footer, rims it in. And so with 9 seconds to go in the second quarter, we'll take it down to the other free throw line. 33-20. Things have sort of slowed up a little bit here.
They certainly have, and I think you can see this Putnam County, for their lack of size, they do an excellent job boxing out, because they've had Cairo on their back 3 or 4 times this first half.
They've only lost 3 games, too, Tom. They've lost to Roanoke, Benson, Hall, Spring Valley, and Toluca out of 30 games.
And the first one by Doug Seibert finally decides to drop through the bottom of the net. He is a 72.3% foul shooter. That's his first point of the ball game. Cairo down by, or up by 12. Seibert second. This one decides not to go. Cairo comes away with a rebound, has to take the shot quick. With the shot, Halton off the front of the iron. Rebound before the horn was Lorenzo Duncan. Johnny on the spot. Duncan gets the basket before the horn sounds. We have reached halftime in our first quarterfinal game here in the Class A State Championship at the Assembly Hall. And so you see the first half unofficial stats for the Putnam County Panthers, who trail 35-21. Leading scorer right now, Brad Harrison, number 30, with 7 points, followed by Harold Fay, who did not start. He has got 6 points. The middleman, Migliorini, Ken Migliorini, has got 5 points with 1 foul. Nobody really in foul trouble. Zelmer, the guard's got 2. 1 point for Seibert. Looking now at Lorenzo Duncan, unofficially with 14 points. 6:08 to go, third quarter. Cairo leads 39-21. Zelmer underneath Migliorini with the easy layup.
Beautiful pass by Zelmer. Set that play up beautifully.
He made the play. That enabled Migliorini to get his 7th point of the ball game. Field to Mayfield at the foul line. Rims around. And coming away with it is Harold Fay. Putnam County, as Fay moves by Duncan. Underneath to Lyons. He is bumped by Seibert. He knocked the ball out of bounds. It'll go to Putnam County. Somebody got it with the foot. And they'll do it again on the baseline. And it goes to Fay. Zelmer deep in the corner. Brings it back outside to Lyons. Very deliberate Putnam County offense. They've stayed that way the entire ball game. They trail 39-23. Winner of this game meets either Providence of New Lenox or Madison in tomorrow's semifinals. Foul line jumper. Zelmer hits Cotton. Up pass for Webster. Won't go. Rebound Migliorini. 3:31 to go in the third quarter. On the high post, that's Seibert. Down low it goes. Migliorini, turnarounder, good. A little acting job tried by Lorenzo Duncan.
A little French pastry, but they didn't buy it.
Lorenzo even does the acting job, doesn't he?
9 points for Migliorini. Traveling with the ball is Tim Coleman. He was double teamed on the sidelines, had nowhere to go. And as he tried to get that ball between the double team, he took the extra step, turns it over to Putnam County with 3:08 to go, third quarter. Cairo up 45-27. Ball tipped away by Hill. The Panthers will retain possession. We're in the Assembly Hall in Champaign. Great basketball arena. Underneath Migliorini, oh, pretty feed inside by Seibert. 11 points. As you see right now, turnovers, 3 ahead is Putnam County. Mayfield, his shot rims out. Follow up by Webster. Webster now with 17. He averages 22. Cairo 47, Putnam County 29. Zelmer breaks the press. Leaves it now for Slingsby. Slingsby gets it back. Goes to Fay. Low post. Underneath feed, Migliorini. They're starting to get their offense in gear.
He had to try to get the ball into Migliorini from the wing, now to the high post. They put Seibert at the high post, and it's worked twice in a row, and he's made some fine passes.
Migliorini was fouled on the shot attempt, and he hits the first shot. It's down to a 15-point lead. Migliorini now with 14 points.
And Coach Meade is smiling because he's just a junior, and so is Zelmer, and 7 junior reserves.
Migliorini misses. He's already 5 points above his average, but the rebound is controlled by Brad Harrison. They can cut it down to 13, and that is significant in this ballgame. At 1 point, Carroll led by 20. On the high post, Seibert takes the turnarounder. It won't go. Migliorini has the rebound, but coming over the back was Lorenzo Duncan. And right now, Putnam County is looking lots better than he did, say, the first 4 or 5 minutes of the ballgame.
Watch Migliorini on this rebound. Here's a jump shot from the line. Watch Migliorini work to get position. Goes up very strong. I'll tell you, this is the Ken Migliorini show right now.
He's taking things over for Putnam County. He has the ball right now. Gives it off on the wing to Harrison. Back down to the point in Lyons. Harrison. Top of the circle. That is Schaefer. Foul line jumper, Lions, rims off, fighting for the rebound and controlling it is Mayfield. Down court to Orlando's Hill. Underneath to Webster. Layup good, he's fouled. For the three-point play, he's got 20, 55 seconds to go, third quarter. Cairo is up 50-32. Putnam County in the backcourt breaks the press. Harrison on the wing. Selmer hits from 17, no. Underneath, Harrison drives, puts it in. They're penetrating underneath, getting the shot. It's 50-34, 31 seconds to go. The steal, stepping on the sideline, the same time he made the steal was Seibert, and Cairo will hold on to the basketball. Good effort, though.
Doug Seibert, an excellent effort.
Harold Fay checks in now for Putnam County, replacing Seibert. 30 seconds to go, third quarter action. Cairo up 50-34. The Pilots have the ball. Duncan in the backcourt ahead to Mayfield. Down to Hill in the corner, double teamed. He lost control. Gets it back. Out to the point it goes, and Duncan. 12 seconds. In the corner. Back outside it goes to Coleman with 7 seconds. Orlando's Hill misses everything. On the battle for the rebound, going for it was Selmer and Duncan, and a whistle blows. They both had it, no jumping off with 2 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Watch the tip now. It's going to go to Anthony Webster, or maybe straight back in a shot.
It went right by Webster. He waved by as it went.
White hit it. Frank forgot to tell him it was coming to him.
Well, you know, he pointed it behind him for a decoy, I'm sure, and I think Webster bought the decoy.
1 second remains. John Slingsby has it, but there's the horn signaling the end of the third quarter. So imposing against that press, a 6'7" man at the front. So unusual in high school, and basketball all around, not just high school basketball.
Very similar to the Quincy AA team that has their 6'10" man on the front of their press.
Underneath, it is number 30, Brad Harrison scoring. Harrison with the bucket now. That Cairo is going to be going out of the semifinal. And they're playing well. Harrison hits the double pumper. And it's 52-40. They cut it down to 12. Point lead, it's back up to 14. Selmer tries to fade it in. But Seibert picks it back up, and he hits a flying jumper.
Seibert has had an excellent second half. He's just played real well.
That's his third point of the ball game. Mayfield, he travels.
I thought we'd have a timeout, and here comes a timeout for Coach.
Look at the sea of black and gold there. The Putnam County fans have their chance to yell, and they have a consolidation system there with Granville, Mark, Standard, McNabb, Magnolia, and Hennepin, and I think they're all here. Frank Bissoni back at the Assembly Hall in Champaign-Urbana. We finished one game in the quarterfinals, and I'm standing with Coach Keith Baldwin of Waseca on my far left. And next to us is the athletic director at Putnam County, Mike Suchuk. And Mike, you must be very proud, young man, of your people and the way they performed all season long.
Yes, we are. We had an excellent season. Like you say, it's a great honor to be down here, and with the exception of possibly the first quarter, we thought we were going to be right in there.
When did you think during this season that you might have the kind of ball club that could pull off a sectional championship and a super sectional championship? When did that happen?
They've made since the very beginning of the year that we had the potential to do it all the way, and I just think the team started to gel right after the regional. We were like 13 points down in the fourth quarter against Amboy. It was our first sectional opponent. Came back and won it in the last 7 seconds, and after that we just seemed like we really started to gel.
The other teams coming out now on the court is the noise you're hearing in the background, but one of the things I have to comment on in watching that game was, even though that Putnam County was down late, the energy of the players sliding around the court after the loose balls. Coach Meade in the game fully all the way. It's a tribute to your school.
Yes, it is, and I think a lot of that has to do with the fan support we have also. They really get behind the people. You notice when we were down by 20, they were still standing up and cheering, and I don't know, the community really got involved. I think helped the team also.
Well, Mike, I know you also, even in this moment of sadness, you have to be looking forward to next year, because I know you had a number of juniors. I know your sophomore team was something like 19-2, so there looks like good things in the future for Putnam County.
That's most definite. Yes, we're losing Doug Seibert and Brad Harrison were both starters, and I think that after that, Steve Schaefer played in a top reserve role, and then after that, like you say, we have a lot of juniors coming back.
Talk about some of the fine games that you won along the way to get here just briefly. Talk about the sectional and the super sectional for a minute, if you will.
Okay, as I commented earlier, we beat Amboy in the last 7 seconds, and I know we were underdogs. Championship game against Serena, and yet we beat them. And then against Marengo, which had ranked like 7th or 8th in the state at the time, we just went out there and played 4 solid quarters of basketball, and we just really played well.
Well, you know, Mike, the basketball coach now, they can put that ball away for a while, but as I know, that athletic director work goes right on. So it's just right from basketball into track and the spring sports for you, right?
Yes, it is. Since I'm also head track coach, like you say, we're just going to go right, probably take about a week off and then get ready for the outdoor track season.
Well, certainly Putnam County is well known for its track program also, wasn't it, 1976 when they brought home a championship in track?
Yes, we were first place that year. Prior to that, we were runner-up in the state meet.
Well, congratulations to you, Mike, and to your school, and we thank you for stopping by, and we're going to ask your principal to come on over and join us here in just a moment.
Thank you.
Mike Suchuk, thank you very much. Now we're going to ask the principal of Putnam County, Joe Messino, to come and join us here at the Assembly Hall. And Joe, principal, I'll tell you what, you must be another proud man. You've had a wonderful season, and talk about the season and the effect this has had on the community.
Frank, I am very proud. It's had a tremendous effect on our community. We had a good season through the regular season. We started playing very well in the tournaments, and our fan support in our community and surrounding communities has just been great.
You know, I think that not only the 6 communities that in the consolidation of Putnam County were excited about this, but some of the areas that you play, the Roanoke Bensons and the Tolucas and the Spring Valleys and so forth, they're real excited for Putnam County being here too.
Yes, they are. We had some of the coaches in the area bring banners to our school, signs to our school. We had numerous phone calls. We really appreciated it.
I'm sure now, you know, they've been through this tough basketball season. Now it's time to reap a few of the benefits. I'm sure there'll be a big reception when you come home.
We'll have a reception at 2 o'clock Sunday afternoon, and the Sheriff's Department will pick our team up at El Paso and escort us through all of the communities and back to the gymnasium, and we hope that everyone turns out for the reception.
Well, there seems to be no question that they will, because we were commenting on how wonderful your fan support is here. We had a sea of black and gold up in the stands, and I think I'd like to hear your reaction to what a season like this does for not only a school but for a community.
Well, for the school, it helps tremendously. The student body got together, backed the team, and it just put us all together. And as far as the community is concerned, we've always been close, but this really did the job for us. It just helped everything tremendously.
As we were just talking with your athletic director, I think you maybe should keep good notes on this, because it looks like you might be back.
Well, we hope we'll be back. We have a number of good juniors and sophomores in our program. We're losing some good seniors, fine athletes, and just fine kids. But we hope to be back, and I think that when you come in the first time, you're a little tight, and I think maybe that happened today. If we come back next year, that will not happen.
Well, I think that there's a lot of people around here who think you will be back, and we thank you for coming over and wish you and Putnam County all the best.
Well, thank you, Frank. It was my pleasure.
The principal of Putnam County is Joe Messino, and we want to thank him for joining us. And